Well, today's the day, guys. I'm gonna finally reveal the secret to dodge and burn like a pro. I know you've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this too. So stick with me till the end. I know you're gonna love this. These are the topics that we're gonna be covering in this video. First, how to dodge and burn. Second, what areas to dodge and burn. Third, the best way to dodge and burn. And 4, does that even matter to dodge and burn your images? We'll find the answer to all of these questions in the next 15 minutes, so let's go. So guys, here we are inside of Photoshop, and the way we're gonna dodge and burn is creating a new layer and changing the blend mode to soft light. Then grab your brush and make sure the default colors are black and white. Then bring the flow down to about 3 to 4%. You should not be using a high flow for this one. It will just look weird. 3%, in most cases 4% is just enough. Then what you want to do is zoom in onto the face. You want to always start your dodge and burn from the face. And here's how it works. If you paint with white, it is gonna dodge, and if you paint with black, it's gonna burn. So here are the areas you want to dodge. The nose, so paint like that onto the nose to dodge it, and also the tip of the nose, dodge right there. Just watch me how I paint it. Also dodge your forehead. In this case, my hair is covering my forehead, so there's not much, but dodge your forehead if it's visible in your photo. And also you should dodge your cheeks, just like that. And if you ever painted anything extra that you didn't want to paint, just grab the eraser tool and erase it off. Just simple as that. So dodge your cheek. Do the same for the other one. And take your time with this. Do not rush it because you don't want it to look like a wax statue. And you don't want it to look messy. So you just gotta do it clean and patiently. So always take your time. And also your bottom lip, you want to dodge that one as well. And the line, I don't know what it is called. Does that even have a name? But yeah, here's the M-shaped line of your upper lip. Dodge that. And that's with the lip. Also your chin, dodge it. So basically all the areas that are facing the light, you gotta dodge those areas. Dodge your chin, because it's facing the light, and also the eyes are one of the most important. You wanna dodge your catch light. The little highlight that is reflected inside of your pupil is called the catch light. You gotta dodge that. And also your pupil and the white part of your eye. You gotta dodge all those areas. And a little highlight on your eyelid, if you can see that above your eye, you gotta dodge that one as well. Repeat the same process for your other eye. And do all the steps one by one. And by the highlight above your eyelids, I mean that you gotta dodge these areas. It has a great impact on your looks, make you look a lot better. And sometimes you will see highlights at the end of your eyebrows. In this case, I don't have it, but if you do, make sure to dodge that area too. Now to burn, switch your brush to the black color and start burning. The areas that you want to burn is the sides of the nose and the bottom of the nose, just like I'm doing here. Just paint gently and patiently on these areas to shape your nose. It is gonna take shape and form. It's gonna look a lot better. And also the sides of the face. You're gonna shape your face like that. We are kind of sculpting. And one more area that you want to actually burn is the bottom area of your upper lip. But pay pay attention, do not go crazy with that one because you might look horrible. So just paint slightly on that. Okay, so these are the base areas of the face that you want to dodge and burn. Here's the before and here's the after. Only with this you can see it makes a very huge difference. Looks a lot better, don't you agree with me on this one? And if you want to dodge and burn the hair, make sure to make your brush so tiny and just paint like this. You want to kind of simulate the strands of hair and paint randomly on the hair because highlights on the hair are gonna be random, so paint wherever you think needs highlights like that. And you can also use this technique to fill in your eyebrows. If you burn your eyebrows like that, it's gonna make them thicker and you kind of are painting hair inside of your eyebrows like this. Yep, as I said, you can get your brush and burn your eyebrows. You can fill in your eyebrows. Actually, it's like painting hair. Nobody's gonna notice that it's not the real hair because it's not even visible. Okay, so if you want to kind of add to your eyebrows, your mustache, whatever like that, you can just burn those areas and it's gonna make them look thicker. And this is the easiest possible way. Now let's get to dodging and burning the body. This is pretty easy, just like the face. The whole idea is to just dodge the areas that are like a bump, like this bone over here, my shoulders, my chest, my arms. These are bumpy, so we're gonna dodge those areas, and you gotta burn the areas that are dippy, are just like a dip, like the areas beneath the chests or between the chests, sides of the abdomen, sides of the body. These are the areas that you want to burn. So just watch how I do it and you can pretty easily imitate the process. And by the way, have you noticed that I'm dodging and burning regardless of what is beneath the brush? Like I'm dodging and burning the body, but I'm painting on these pieces of paper as well. I don't care what I'm painting on, I just do what I gotta do. So never mind what you're painting on, just do the job. So let's go paint on the hands, and for the hands you gotta highlight the bones on the hands, just like the areas you are seeing right now, and you have to burn the areas between the fingers, just like that. And this is gonna add dimension into your hands. Wherever you see a highlight, you just gotta dodge on that, and whenever you see a shadow, you just gotta paint with black on it. I'll do the same with the other hand right there. I will just burn the areas between the fingers, and I will switch to white, and I will dodge the finger bones. We'll do that with the third hand. There's this bone over here. I will dodge on that one pretty gently. I will dodge these bones. and I will burn my fingers. You can also dodge the top area of the fingers as well, but it's not necessary. That is enough. So the whole point is to dodge the areas that are kind of bumpy and to burn the areas that are kind of a dip. That is the whole concept behind this dodge and burn technique. And also make sure to burn a little bit the areas around the image to kind of create a vignette effect, but not too much, just a bit. Here's the before, here's the after. Bro, wow, that's a lot of change. So one more thing I would do is that I would create a new layer. I will hit Shift F5 on my keyboard and I choose 50% gray and change the blend mode to overlay. And now I will go and grab my dodge tool and bring the exposure down to about 4, 5, 6%, something like that, and make sure the range is set to midtones. And I will go ahead and dodge the pupil of my eyes just a little bit more, and also the catch light inside of my pupil. There's this bottom line of my eyelid, I will dodge that one too. And if you pay attention, there are two areas at the end of the eye, or at the beginning of the eye is like a V shape. You gotta dodge those areas as well. I'll do the same with the other eye. I will highlight the catch light inside of my eye. I will dodge the pupil, the bottom line of the eyelid, and also the V shape at the beginning of my eye. You see that? You just gotta highlight those areas. This 50% layer is kind of like an add-on. So I added onto the soft light layer to boost the highlights a little bit, maybe to exaggerate them. And I also burn on that as well. For the burn tool, make sure to use the same settings and repeat the process over again. Burn the sides of the face, the sides of the nose. So just constantly switching between the dodge tool and the burn tool. There is another very cool trick that many photographers use to retouch the skin and to give it some cool tones, and it is really a cool trick, and I use it sometimes in my images. So how that works is that you're gonna create a solid color adjustment layer and choose a tone, some red or orange or something close to the skin tone. You can change this later and change the blend mode to soft light. Now hit the layer mask and hit Ctrl I to invert it. Grab your brush, a soft round brush, and bring the flow way down to about 1%, and with white, start painting on these areas. Mostly on the areas where you have burned, not on the areas you have dodged. The areas that you've burned, for example, the nose and the bottom of the nose and the sides of the nose, maybe the sides of the face. And this is going to change the skin tone of these areas. I'm sure you have seen this technique before somewhere. So this is basically and you can also change the color to whatever you like. You can go for blue, that's stupid. So yeah, just choose a color. I will make this towards the oranges a little bit, and I'll start painting again. And here's the before, here's the after. You can see the change in the skin tone. Before that, my skin was too pale, and after this it kind of looks more dramatic, looks more fantasy, if that's what you want to call it. But altogether, I think this is a great technique, and I use it sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes where I want my image to look a bit more like a painting, more like fantasy looking. And then after that, here's another cool trick. Create a levels adjustment layer and darken the image. Can invert it again by hitting Ctrl I and paint around the image to create some sort of a vignette. And always do this at the end of your composites. This is going to create this kind of a vignette, and it draws attention to the center of the image and to your subject. And here's another very cool trick for you guys. Create another levels adjustment layer, but this time brighten the image to somewhere like this, and then choose the layer mask and hit Ctrl I to invert it. Then go to channels, hold Ctrl and click on the thumbnail of the RGB channel. This is gonna load the bright pixels of your composite or of your image. Then with the layer mask selected, make sure that white is your foreground color. Hit Alt Backspace on your keyboard to fill in those areas with white. Here's the before, here is the after. So it actually filled up the bright pixels of the image with white. Now you can choose the levels, and you can bring up or down the intensity of these highlights. So this is kind of created a boost in the highlights. You can sometimes use this technique if you want more highlights in your image. It gives a lot of dimension. Create one more levels, but this time darken the image. And hold Alt, click on the layer mask of the other levels and copy it onto the new one. Hit yes. And now you have the same layer mask, but hit Ctrl I to invert it. Now you have the inverted layer mask, and this is going to darken the dark areas. And also you can adjust the intensity of this one as well. Don't go too far, just a little bit is enough. And now you have more darkness and more brightness in your dark and bright areas. So if I group all those dodge layers and burn layers into one group, and I'm gonna name it D and B for dodge and burn. Here's the before, here's the after. Bro, this is mind-blowing to me. I don't know about you, but this got my mind blown. Look at the difference now. And also my color grade, this all makes sense. So before dodge and burn, it looks like that. With dodge and burn, it looks like this. Judge for yourself, guys, and see you in my next episode.